Howdy! It's first part of January, right after Christmas, and you've got your brand new smoker. You're trying to figure out what you want to cook in it the first time, and I would like to make you suggestions. Nothing beats ribs. They're real easy. You can't get this recipe any more simple. It's basically a slab of ribs, rib rub, and put it in your smoker. It's a really good way to practice smoking, and plus it's a really delicious way too. We're going to do it in a couple of ovens. We're going to smoke them in the SMO66, the AmeriQue, and also in the FEC100. We're going to show you the rib racks as well. That's when you're wanting to throw a party and cook for a whole bunch of people. The AmeriQue will hold 2 rib racks, which is and each rib rack holds 7 ribs, so you can cook 14 slabs of ribs at one time. Now, if you want to cook that many though, I would suggest either using baby backs or St. Louis cut, which is what this rib is here. This is the St. Louis cut of a spare rib. If you want to use the whole spare rib, I would suggest putting in every other slot, and we're going to show you both ways and why that is here in a minute. Now, when you're cooking these ribs, you got a couple of choices. There's a membrane on the back of the rib here that you can take off. Sometimes, be quite honest, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It depends on who I'm trying to impress, but basically it helps make the ribs a little bit tender. Now, the easiest way to remove the membrane from the back of the ribs is get a paper towel, because this can be really slick. So I just take a paper towel and just peel away. And it's a little hard to start at first, but it does come off. Now, on these ribs here, you want to be careful, because there's actually 2 membranes. There's one that holds the ribs together, and you don't want to take that one off, but it's that top membrane that makes the stuff really tough. Just peels right off. Okay, once we got the membrane off, just coat it with some Cookshack rib rub. This is a really good rub. I promise you'll like it. And just rub it in a little bit. You don't have to get too aggressive with it. And then flip it over and do the other side. That's about right. Do the same thing, just rub lightly over the whole thing. Now these are ready to put in the smoker. What we've done here is we've put jerky rods through the ribs to keep the top separated, because it's important that we let the smoke come in up between each rib. That'll not only help with the smoke flavor, but it'll also help them cook faster. So that's what we've done. If you're cooking baby backs, you probably don't need to do that, but with the St. Louis cut, you will, and or even with the spare ribs, you would too. So now with the FEC100, we're going to be cooking the whole slab of the spare rib, but probably just because of the way they're going to flop, we're going to just put in every other slot, because like I mentioned earlier, we want that smoke to come up between each slab of ribs. Again, you just lay them on their edges here, and you could probably do these just like we did the ones for the AmeriQue. If you wanted to put them in every slot, just run something through them to keep them separated. But these are staying separated pretty good by putting every other one. That's all there is to it. Now we're going to cook both of these in both ovens. We're going to cook them at 275. I'm figuring about 3 hours to get them done. In the AmeriQue, I've used 2 pieces of hickory wood, and in the FE100, we're using hickory pellets. Well, there you have it. These ribs were cooked in the AmeriQue. These were cooked in the FE. Like I said, when you're cooking full slabs or even these were falling together, you want to make sure you got space so the smoke can get up around them. But these both cooked about 4 hours at 275, and it's one of the easiest recipes you'll ever do. So if you've never smoked anything, I highly recommend doing this. It's just rib rub and then put it in the smoker. If you have any questions, give me a call at 800-423-0698 or visit us on the web at www.cookshack.com. Bye.